Hello, my good people. Welcome to another exciting moment here in Wave TV, where we bring you unbiased reportage of events and the latest Ubenga news. I remain the host anchor Chigozie Ndibo. Welcome you to this exciting political rumbles where we analyze, digest, and of course, make submissions regarding the latest happenings and trending issues bordering across socio-political, economic life and sphere within the Nigerian space. And it's a pleasure welcoming you to this wonderful, exciting moment again. Yes, the latest news here is that for the third time, of course, bounty has been placed on the self-acclaimed minister of the Biafra in exile, in the person of Master Simon Ekpa, who is resident in Finland. And today, the faction of Ohanese has placed 500,000 bounty on the self-acclaimed minister of the Republic of Biafra, and this is quite exciting. Let's bring the news your way. The Ohadese faction announces $500,000 bounty on Simon Ekpa, accuses him of causing war in Southeast. Wow, this is quite exciting. For the third time, the first was $50,000, $200,000. Now it has been exponentially increased to $500,000 bounty on the Prime Minister of the Republic of Biafra in exile, Simon Ekpa, who has been an ardent follower, of course, or believer of the restoration, the struggle for the restoration of the Biafran state. He claimed to be the 50 men out of the 100 men that Martin Nnamdi Kanu demanded to ensure the restoration of the Biafran state. And ever since, of course, the extraordinary indiction of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Mazi Ohamadike Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa has stepped into that circumstantial, of course, position and have kept the Biafran restoration struggle alive ever since, regardless of whatever, of course, the DOS or any other person might be saying or to my opinion they might hold. And his impact, of course, is felt greatly, especially within the eastern region, as rightly cited by the former president that Simon Ekpa is more dangerous than Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and he believes, of course, in exploring any possible means in actualizing what he believes, of course, to be the freedom and emancipation of his people, unlike Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who resort to diplomatic engagement. But ever since it appears that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been under incarceration, illegal detention, under the DSS dungeon, Mazi Ekpa has swung into action, vowing that he is committed to the restoration of the Biafran state. Of course, he has deployed the greatest arsenal of civil disobedience via the sit at home, which really has contributed immensely to the public awareness of the Biafran's history or Biafran's story. Pain and agony, of course, has been pronouncedly, uh, profoundly, of course, made before the public domain, and every virtually social media understood the personality the character and what Simon Ekpa represents. And he have argued in several occasions that it is incumbent on the president or the government of Nigeria to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which its own legal jurisdiction or jurisprudence have set free, acquitted, and discharged. To this end, Simon Ekpa has conducted one of the most successful civil disobedience in the history of humanity, which is the 7 days sit at home that got virtually everything within the eastern region complying. Of course, the security operatives and the government parastatals observed this sit at home. Commuters, the traders, and the artisans were part of this compliance to the sit at home. And this have triggered some unrest, of course, and upheaval within the political elite. And they are not resting because they understood that the impact of this could have a negative connotation to their own vested interests, and as such, would do anything possible to ensure that they frustrate the move by the Prime Minister in exile of the Republic of Biafra, Simon Ekpa. Well, to this end, following the meeting that was held by Ohaneze in the most recent time and with the governors of the Eastern region, as they believe that they will do whatever possible to restore peace. And then I may want to ask, is it part of the move or drive towards their possibly discussions or one of the agendas that were discussed? Well, time will tell. But a faction of Ohanese came up, yes, yesterday, and placed $500,000 bounty on Simon Ekpa. And I will take you through the response of Simon Ekpa via his official, of course, certified Twitter. And this will also interest you. We are in a very moment of excitement and intrigues of Nestle, and this is heating up the politics. And from the information reaching us, the faction of the Hanese that placed the bounty on Simon Ekpa, $500,000 bounty, has ordered or opined that the incumbent president of Nigeria should mobilize military force or the arsenals of the federal government towards the southeast because he claimed that Simon Ekpa has declared another war in southeast, and as such, they should be crushed, they should be breaded and destroyed. But coming to that, in real sense, what is Simon Ekpa representing? What is he asking? Is it within the ambits of the law, established international laws? Civil disobedience is one of the way of protesting against dissatisfaction of the policies of government or any government that people are not happy with the policy and the style of governance. People has the right to protest in every means possible as to express their grief and dissatisfaction. And to this end, the government, any responsible government will not, of course, hesitate to listen to the people to know the cravings and the yearnings of their heart and desire. And Simon Ekpa has condemned the illegal and the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, having passed through legal process and have been set and acquitted by the same appellate court within the Nigerian jurisdiction, and which made submissions that under these prevailing circumstances surrounding the extraordinary rendition of Mazen Kanu, that the Nigerian government has lost the legal right of course, to try him in any of the Nigerian courts. And to such end, it was ordered that the Nigerian government should release him and compensate him as the submission or opinion of the United Nations, of course, defender of fu- human fundamental rights, but there are also submissions and recommendations to the Nigerian government. But ever since such recommendations and verdicts has been given, the Nigerian government has not, of course, have any recourse to pay attention and comply to directives or order of the court. And this is one of the major reasons why Simon Ekpa and his own IPOB-led faction, of course, has continued in the civic disobedience of sit at home as a way of expressing the injustice and dissatisfaction of the part of the Nigerian government for holding back, of course, and failure to comply with the directives of the court, the appellate court within the Nigerian jurisdiction. It is quite unfortunate, honestly. And to this end, it has become something you don't just have to wish away. Now, let's see. Why should the faction of IPOB, I mean, the faction of Ohanese, declare a bounty for the third time? This presupposes that Simon Ekpa has remained a nightmare, of course, to those political class or political spokespersons who believe that the continuity and the sustained program of Simon Ekpa will cripple and make them irrelevant and within the political sphere because already the handwriting is very clear and could be seen by all who cares to know that things are no longer at ease. The center will no longer hold. If a man who is supposed to be, of course, the prime minister in exile could give directives and is being complied within this entire southeastern region, then it means his influence, of course, cannot be waved off. He has great followers who comply uh, to whatever directives that's been given, notwithstanding that he is in exile or in a foreign country. This is quite interesting and it remains a phenomenon. Of course, we must understudy because this is quite interesting and the extent of compliance and the level of compliance within the eastern region is something that is overwhelmingly uh, uh, disturbing because his impact is being felt and cannot be denied. To this end, the exponential hike in the bounty that has been placed on him. Well, the response to Simon Ekpa is for quite a hilarious and self-explanatory. In his Twitter, he said, "If I am a bad guy, you can't place a bounty on me and walk free. This is the third time you are placing bounty on me, and I have not responded as a bad person. I still remain the good guy. From $50,000 bounty to $100,000 bounty, and now $500,000 bounty. Continue writing. Nobody should call my name if anything happened to him. Placing bounty on me is placing bounty on 70 million Biafrans that represents and that I represent, and they are not happy with this character. Wow, what a wonderful submission by Simon Ekpa. He argued, of course, that placing bounty on him as he represents a people of course, numbering not less than 70 million Biafrans who are in this cause for the restoration of their own political sovereignty and the preservation of their own cultural and heritage, as have been appointed as the prime minister of the 70 million Biafrans who are dissatisfied with the Nigerian program or Nigerian project following the recent happenings within the political sphere of the Nigerian state, have declared their dissatisfaction and renunciation of the Nigerian state, uh, urging, of course, for a new state that is recognized as the Biafran state, that if you place bounty on me as the Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Biafran state, that you have placed, of course, bounty on over 70 million Biafrans who has given me the privilege to serve. And to this end, my people are not happy with his character and development and possibly will react, and no one should call my name should anything happen to one Okechukwu or whatever he calls himself who plus the bounty. Well, I think this is one of the most interesting moments in the history of the Biafran struggle, or the restoration of the Biafran state, has been spearheaded by self-acclaimed Prime Minister in exile of the Republic of Biafra, Simon Ekpa. Well, let me know what is your own response, of course, of observations regarding this development. Could this in any way deter the Doe or the gentleman who believe in what he professes, and of course throw all his weight towards actualizing a dream that he believes must come true, not even anytime but in his own time? Well, let's hear what you have to say. What is your own contribution regarding this development? Let's know via the comment section. And if you're watching us for the first time, you're welcome to this exciting platform where we discuss political and unbiased issues, of course, as it borders humanity here in Nigeria. And don't forget to hit the subscription button if you have not done so. Give us thumbs up, like our videos, and share as much as you can so that you will get it will get to your friends and well wishers and everyone who believes in the unbiased reportage and in-depth analysis of events as it continues to hold. And it's coming back to the discussion. Simon Ekpa said, placing bounty on me is placing bounty on 70 million Biafrans that I represent, and they are not happy with this character. There have been several, of course, sympathizers to this cause, who in this most recent time have come to understand and believe in the ideology of which Simon Ekpa professes, owing to the perceived injustice, marginalization, subjugation, and sidelining of the average Igbo man, or Biafran as the case may be, within the Nigerian political as arena, of course, and most of the characters that behavior that's been meted on the Igbo people outside the supposed Biafran land has informed and, of course, hike the quest for the restoration of the Biafran state, as it's been believed that this is the only way that their future and their posterity could be secured, that they have no future within the Nigerian state, and as such have exploited every possible diplomatic engagement or means or civil disobedience in order to call the attention of international communities in what is happening to them, to their loved ones, and of course, and the threat to the existence of their own life and cultural heritage. Well, let me know what is your own stake in this matter as we are expected to interact via the comment section. Let me know what is in your mind and what you think this will lead us to. Could it be, of course, a recognition of the importance and the influence of Simon Ekpa over the entire region of the Eastern region? And could it also be that the relevance of the political elites and their days of relevance are numbered, and as such, they are trying to, of course, push their way back if perhaps they could recover the lost influence they have over the entire Southeast. Possibly, this could be what informed this movement and this desperation by placing $500,000 bounty on a man who is in a faraway Finland, but his influence, of course, is greatly felt within the supposed Biafran region or territory as it's being claimed. Well, let's know, and we'll continue to keep you updated on the happenings as they continue to unfold. How has Simon Ekpa declared war in Biafran land? That is fundamental. Of course, from my own observations and the research, I have not seen anywhere Simon Ekpa declared war as being claimed by this faction of Ohanese that placed a bounty on him. He said he is causing war in Southeast. What he declared is civil disobedience, which is within the ambit of international laws, and especially for those asking for self-determination. These are one of the instruments. Civil disobedience is one of the instruments, of course, one could deploy rather than the use of arms and bullets against the state. Well, I think it's meant to draw the attention of government regarding certain issues bordering on their own concern. And to this end, of course, the Simon Ekpa has also declared 2 weeks sit at home, that 14 days sit at home that is looming. And this possibly could have triggered the restlessness within the political class and or perhaps ruling class in the southeast political or heavyweights. And to this end, they are making any drastic move to get this man out of the way or possibly force him to abandon the pursuit of this cause that is perceived to be detrimental to them. But unfortunately, to the political elites, they fail to realize that Simon Ekpa is not just a push away, is not just a man who should, of course, be ignored because he says what he does, and he does what he says. And his impacts could, of course, be felt not just by his enemies, but of course, that's for those who believe in him, are standing with him, and are committed to this cause, which they believe with the latest happenings within Nigeria, the only salvation, of course, to their own emancipation and redemption is the restoration of the Biafran state. Well, let me leave you here until the next edition. We'll keep you updated following the, of course, happenings regarding bordering on this bounty list. And let's see what will be the reaction via the comment section. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll continue to bring your way on the yes reportage of events here in Cowave TV.